The Kentucky soil is being prepped for another Battle of the Bluegrass, where the earth rumbles with the clash of these titans. Light limited super stock and pro street semis coming up.
What is pulling? It's the only motorsport measured in inches. Pulling involves tractors and trucks hitched to a special sled with a moving weight box. The goal is to haul the sled as far as possible before the shifting weight pulls it to a stop. The longest pull wins. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Battle of the Bluegrass Pulling Series, the 7th annual Bubba Burger Bluegrass Nationals presented by Limestone Branch Distillery. We're at the Boyle County Fairgrounds in Danville, Kentucky. Tonight we're featuring light limited superstock tractors running in what's known as a pull-off. It's literally like drawing a line in the dirt and daring anyone to step over it. In this case, the line is set at 315 feet, and any tractor going over that advances to the final round, the proclaimed pull-off. Later on, we'll also feature the biggest, baddest pullers of them all, semi-trucks. Hello again, everyone. I'm Ted Jones, and joining me is Tom McConnell as he briefs us on what's coming up.
We're at the 7th annual Housloo Bluegrass Nationals, a part of the Housloo Battle of the Bluegrass series here in Danville, Kentucky. Tonight we're going to be featuring one of the most popular classes in America, the light limited superstocks. It is a battle royal between the diesel tractors, who can go all the way up to 470 cubic inch, but the alcohol tractors, they can only go up to 360 cubic inch. And as the class has been going through the years, it has pretty much been an alcohol-dominated class, but one brand seems to suffer a bit. That's the most popular tractor in the United States, the John Deere brand. Only one competitor wearing the green here tonight, the Kentucky Sled Hunter, and a big class of light limited superstocks coming up next on the Housloo Battle of the Bluegrass Pulling Series.
All right, thank you very much, Tom McConnell. We're going to Alice Chalmers, though, right now. We'll get to those John Deeres later. This is Tim McMillan. He calls it the Redeemer.
I'll tell you something about McMillan. He is a former winner here at the Bluegrass Nationals. It's been about 3 years ago since he has seen the winner's circle at a Housloo Battle of the Bluegrass event. His Alice Chalmers launching hard. He's got a good run. Don't know what's going to happen on the far end. Can he get a full pull? But man, when the sled box hits him, he's over, Ted.
I think even you'd be surprised at how many Alice Chalmers fans are out there cheering you on. They're just glad to see you back.
Yeah, they like to see somebody coming out every once in a while with an orange one.
Right.
Yes, indeed. Orange is very rare. This is Floyd Singleton, a good shot of the Semper Fi, short for Semper Fidelis.
Always faithful. He is a vet. Let's see what he can do. Campaigned to John Deere for many, many years. Made the switch to the red Case IH. He's got a good run going. And he just took over the lead. Brett Kepner talked to Floyd earlier today.
It took 13 months and 11 days from the time we started till we got it to fire, and so I named it after the Marine Corps and all the veterans that we lost while in Vietnam. There's 58,220 of them didn't make it home. I was one of the lucky ones, but I'm just here tonight to help celebrate for the country that we have, and we're able to come out here and enjoy, to have a tractor pull and different functions like this for all the veterans and things. And I'm really proud to see the ones out here on the tracks tonight.
A true Marine, very emotional right there by Floyd Singleton. Here comes Tom Haynes. He merely calls it white.
Well, it's a white tractor, a white 270, strong running tractor, a Cummins motor, converted to run on alcohol, and I think he's going to take it out of here. Haynes getting all over the track, but that's what happens in this light limited class.
He's done it.
A lot of people thought this track was going to break up under any kind of horsepower, and these things are rough enough to ride. That was the smoothest ride you've made in a year.
Well, I guess we got a little bit lucky there. We moved the sled all the way to the left side of the track, so just to try something a little different.
Now, we had several full pulls right here of over 300 feet. We're going to take a look at those now, kind of a little video montage.
Awesome competitors. The full pull was actually moved up to 315, and the guys got into the soil of the boil so good, a massive pull-off is going to take place.
This coverage of the Howes Lubricator Battle of the Bluegrass Pulling Series is being brought to you by Howes Lubricator, professional grade performance since 1920. And by Bubba Burger, you'll never bite a burger better than a Bubba. And by Limestone Branch Distillery, home of the Moon Pie Moonshine. You're watching the Howes Lubricator Battle of the Bluegrass Pulling Series from the Boyle County Fairgrounds in Danville, Kentucky. Ted Jones and Tom McConnell, Mike Side here with you as we continue on with light limited super stocks. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the pull-off. All the guys that pulled over 315 feet, beginning with Kenny Powell, out for revenge.
He is launching that forward hard. He took a wild ride the first go-round, and he's having problems the second. Sparkins all over the place. Not a good run for Kenny Powell.
No, he had to lift. He was about to go out of bounds, pulling off right there to the left side. Let's take a look at it one more time with our Howes Lubricator instant replay.
You see the sparks, not sure what's going on, but may have an issue with the battery cable. And look at him, barely keeps the tractor in bounds.
There were like 8 different decisions that you had to make in that pull. What was the first one? Did you go for the brake or the throttle?
Going for the brake and the throttle. I'll tell you what, when it started me to the left, there wasn't nothing I could do, just let her go and ride it.
Now here's the unusual white machine. It's actually not painted white. It's a brand called White with Tom Haynes.
Tom Haynes been campaigning this tractor for years. Picked up several victories on the Howes Lube Battle of the Bluegrass Series. Right now, though, this is for the big bucks, and he takes over the lead.
What was it?
I think it's a ringing pinion.
It was in the rear end.
Yes. Yep.
When it goes like that, you've got to be pretty quick on your feet to keep the engine from going to the moon.
Yeah, it's hard to. They make an electronic device that's supposed to catch it, but the inertia of everything, you can't catch it.
And there's ATPA Hall of Famer Alan Moore giving advice to his son Lindsey Moore, one of the few diesels in competition tonight. The old rags, it started life as a D21, now it's an Agco Alice. This is a strong running diesel, 426 cubic inches under the hood.
He takes the lead, 306.
But where did it start dragging you to the left?
Well, I probably should have adjusted tire pressures a little bit. I got to bouncing, and that really hurt me real bad. I'm sure I'm probably going to get beat.
Things are turning red right now. There's a good look at David Burnett and his International Harvester, the red machine.
766 International, and guess what? This was last year's winner here in Danville, Kentucky, but he's starting to rock up and down. That's going to cost him distance on the far end. It's just not balanced right. 295.31 will not get it done.
It seemed like it was struggling much more than it did, even more than it should have for the extra weight.
Well, it's got a lot of heat in the motor. It don't do good on the second pass.
Up next will be Chuck Dye. This is Tim Fox's tractor. He calls it Under the Influence. Don't tell me, Tommy, it burns alcohol.
Oh, it burns alcohol. Did you check out the moonshine still on the side? The guys at Limestone Branch are going to love that. Hey, this guy is taking a wild ride out here. He's got it settled down, but so many guys going off to that left-hand side of the track. Does he take over the lead? Nope.
Boy, close though, 300.94 feet. Let's take another look with our Howes replay right here. First of all, going off to the right, then he corrects into the center. And what? Now here's the problem. When it pulls, they actually have to use the brake to correct it, and that slows them down.
How much of that was intentional and how much of that was the tractor taking you for a ride?
That's the tractor taking me for a ride.
For the whole deal?
Yeah.
Even when it went hard to the right?
Yep. I had to get on the brake a little bit that time.
Here comes a family operation, folks. A Case IH. They call it family driven.
Oh, family driven it is. This is Jerry Sipes. He's your 2009, 2010, 2011, 2012, 2013 Howes Lube Battle of the Bluegrass champion. He's trying to win one here in Danville. He takes over the lead.
Yes, he does. 309.39 feet.
I have to ask, it sounded like the engine RPM went up a little bit higher than you anticipated, not more than 10 or 15 feet off the line, and you had to keep it up all the way down. Is that what happened?
Yeah, we've been working trying to get RPM up a little bit.
Well, it worked that time then. Yeah, it went a lot higher than it did in the first round, but it didn't seem to be nearly as violent for you down track. It seemed like it was going where you wanted it to for once.
Pretty much, yeah.
Let's take a look right now on our leaderboard to see how the leader. You just saw Jerry Sipes, 309 feet. We'll take a break. We'll be back with more after this. We're watching the Howes Lubricator Battle of the Bluegrass series from the 7th annual Bubba Burger Bluegrass Nationals from the Boyle County Fairgrounds. Here's Brett Kepner.
The light limited superstock category includes some absolutely amazing machines, but when it comes to appearance, our Farm Boy and Farm Girl Best Appearing Award definitely goes to this machine, the Cut Loose Farm All International Harvester 1206. And I gotta ask you, there has to be some kind of freaky deal back in your family line that makes you even keep this tractor up to these specifications. Who's the freak? Who taught you to be like this?
Well, when we built a new tractor, we wanted to go with an old school look, so we went with the 1206.
Well, it is. It's what, a 30-year-old body now?
Yeah, probably so.
Yeah.
Originally, this was all built by Ted and Tony Dibble at Binder Light Tractor. The paint and body work was done by our good friends Rob and Bobby, and all the airbrush and graphics was done by Kent at B&K Customs in Louisville.
Beautiful work. Now, this is a very limited category, but 4 different combinations are permitted. Which one is this?
This is 370 cubic inches, alcohol-powered, 1 3-inch charger. Being a single charger tractor, you do have to stand on it pretty hard when you leave the line, not like the multi-charger deals where they can roll them out a little bit.
How even are the alcohol tractors and the diesel tractors right now? Does either one have an advantage?
It's pretty close. The alcohol tractors outnumber the diesels, probably 2 or 3 to 1, so they might have an advantage, but power-wise, they seem to work pretty well on the track.
Well, let's take a look at Brad right now as he lets it cut loose.
Well, he's got to beat 309 and change set there by Jerry Sipes. Let's see if the cut loose can get it done. He has got a good run going, Ted. Keeping the front,
run.
yeah, and he's keeping the front end on the ground at this event. If they get up too high, they go nuts. Oh, not going to get it done. 305.91, going to put him in number 3.
Well, we made some tire adjustments and weight adjustments, and it just didn't quite work like we thought it was going to.
Was it an RPM issue or a traction issue?
No, it's more of a traction issue. The tractor ran pretty good. We made a fuel adjustment between our first pass and the pull-off. Seemed to run a little better, so, you know, I think it was a setup issue.
Boy, I love a cuck shut, unusual tractor. But I love the name of this tractor, Till the Money Runs Out.
Oh, yeah. Scott Thomas and his brother Mike, the owner of Innovative Machine, put this tractor on the track. It is an antique tractor, about 50 years old, using the replacement motor of a Cummins diesel converted to run on alcohol. Great run.
303.87 feet. Here's Brett.
You know, my brother puts together a good machine for me, and I get to drive it, and there was some tough competition here, and we love our old cock shut, and we just want to put on a good show for the fans.
There are very few underdogs like this tractor.
You know, I love the name, the Kentucky Sledder. These pullers come up with great names.
Oh, yeah. I'll tell you what, this is the only John Deere in the class. Check out the Ultra Cool helmet. Ethan Moore doing the driving. The only chance for the Green fans to cheer him on. Hey, he is launching this tractor good. The John Deere fans may have something to celebrate tonight. It is going to be close, Ted.
Keeps the front end down, finally. 307 feet, not quite enough. Here's Brett Kepner.
Hot tractor, loose dirt, too much RPM, more weight, which one?
I don't know. We ran different gear, and that seemed to help.
Oh, you did change different gear?
I don't know. I wish we could have got them 2 feet, though.
Remember that song Locomotion by Little Eva? Now you're probably too young for that. Here's Ben Bowen and the Locomotion.
He is the last one in the class, and Alice Chalmers on alcohol. Orange fans all across the country are cheering him on. He has been in the winner's circle once on the Howes Lube Battle of the Bluegrass. Would like to do it in Danville. Not going to get it done. You see Jerry Sipes and family celebrating.
For as weird as both of those bulls were for you, and as close as everybody got, I think even you were sweating bullets there at the end.
I was, definitely.
All right, well, here's our final standings. Congratulations to our winners and all the guys right here. Now we're going to take a break from the fair, but we'll be back with more of the Battle of the Bluegrass after this. From the Boyle County Fairgrounds, you're watching the Howes Lube Battle of the Bluegrass Pulling Series, brought to you by Howes Lubricator, professional grade performance since 1920. And by Bubba Burger, you'll never buy a burger better than a Bubba. And by Farm Boy brand, knee deep and loving it. Coming up now, the Pro Street semifinals. This is Mike Ledger. Brett talked to him a little earlier.
There is absolutely no question one of the most popular categories in the entire Howes Lube Touring Series is the Pro Street semi-tractor class. And you will see some machines that are absolutely astonishing, although this might clarify the adjective interesting. Mike Leager, you've had this thing for how long?
I've had about 3 years now.
But it is a Chevrolet Titan. It is a work truck.
Oh, yeah, it's all it's ever done. It was worked, and then I bought it to pull bulldozers and so on.
So it's a work truck that's been beaten to death.
Yeah, it's been worked. It's been worked hard.
Well, this Pro Street semi-class pretty much has no rules. It's supposed to be relatively street legal, if not totally street legal.
Right.
One turbocharger is what's allowed, but you took advantage of the rules and you put a turbocharger on a...
So it come out factory. It's a supercharger plus a turbocharger. It's a V8 Detroit. They call it a 318. And it's got a supercharger on top of the engine, and then it's got a turbo over on the side. So give it about 350 horse.
Now, everybody sees this red light on the grill. You didn't drive it here. You actually flat-towed this thing on your other truck.
I have driven this one, but it's spring riding. It'll beat you up. And then they need more trucks, so this way I get to pull 2 times.
Loves to pull 2 times. Well, folks, here he goes, Mike Ledger.
Listen to the sound of a supercharged, turbocharged, ginormous V8 Detroit diesel. Oh, yeah, the sound. You gotta love that thing. Ledger having the time of his life. You don't see too many Chevrolet semis, Ted.
What'd you learn?
I learned that I need more motor.
Well, you've got more motor sitting back in the pits in your other truck.
That's what we're going to try for.
So he'll try that another day. Here comes Charles Robertson. You know what he calls it? Look at that truck, folks. It's all about the money. Here's Brett.
This man and his young helper here not only drove this truck to this event, but the Robertson family runs this thing as a business, correct?
Oh, absolutely.
All right, where do you drive?
All 48.
No kidding?
Yes, sir.
What year is this, first of all, Peterbilt?
It's a 2003 379.
Did you just haul this week?
I have. In the last 3 weeks, I've probably done about 6,500 miles.
Tell me about the little guy behind you. What's his job?
He films us going up and down the track all the time.
So you're the official video guy?
Correct.
Okay, now what, do you do anything else? Do you do any mechanical stuff on the truck?
I help him, if he breaks, I help him fix it a little bit.
Family operation, grandson, grandfather, doing it together, driving here, sleeping here together, and maybe even winning together.
Well, we'll find out, Brett, in just a minute as he hooks up to that sled. Now, how much weight is he pulling?
He's probably pulling close to 60,000 pounds. Now, he is your defending Howes Lube points champion, but having some problems tonight, not getting the RPMs up on the big Peterbilt, just tugging it down ever so easy. He is going to come up way short tonight, Ted.
Indeed he is. So we'll move on now to our next puller. They're a good shot. You can see how they hook that giant hook. When they say the hook, they're not kidding, folks. That's a hook. Here's the flagman, tells him the track is clear, everything's green. Pull when you're ready.
Mike Ledger, you saw him pull his Chevrolet semi. Now he's got his Freightliner that he towed in tandem, the Chevrolet to the pull-in. This is a true work truck. And I think, yes, he has just taken over the lead, 295.20. Let's go to Brett.
Say, you're pretty good at learning stuff.
Hey, I'm telling you, that's what I done. I put a gallon of that Howes treatment in it because I figured out I need just a little extra to beat the Chevrolet. And
it worked?
It worked. It worked. I'm going to add another gallon next time, though.
Well, they made more than 1 gallon of it. Maybe this guy has some. Ladies and gentlemen, Steve Lutmer.
Well, Steve comes to us out of Lebanon, Ohio. Young man, very dedicated to pulling. Here he comes with his International. He's got an 800 cubic inch Cummins motor under the hood. Hey, he is flying that International down the track, Ted. I think he's going to take over the lead. He's starting to climb the hill. He just won it.
I thought he was going to pull all the way to Louisville.
That was insane.
I tell you what, we just got the new paint job on it, and I just let her have it.
There wasn't, the engine RPM didn't change 300 RPM in the entire run.
Well, I just put her to wood and didn't let out.
326 feet. As a matter of fact, here is the final standings on our Pro Street Semis. Our congratulations to all of these fine participants today. Now, our Fago hot run of the day, Tom Haynes.
Tom Haynes laying down an awesome run in the light limited super stock. Front end up, but he was able to keep it under control till right at the end where he thought he was at a rodeo, not a tractor pull.
I'm Ted Jones for Tom McConnell. You've been watching the Howes Battle of the Bluegrass Pulling Series from the 7th Annual Bubba Burgers Bluegrass Nationals at the Boyle County Fairgrounds in Danville, Kentucky. We'll be back with more next week. Until then, so long, everyone.